Are you using the singing straw all wrong? This tiny tool can transform your voice, but you only get the max benefit if you are using it correctly. I've worked with thousands of singers and voice users around the world with straw phonation, and I see the same three mistakes coming up time and time again. And honestly, they can make or break your vocal workout. Hey singers, I'm Whitney Nicole. I'm a singer-songwriter, vocal coach, studio owner, and of course, creator of The Singing Straw, which as you know is a rad tool that helps singers, speakers, and voice users find more power, balance, and ease in their voice. Today, I'm breaking down the top 3 mistakes I see singers make when they're using the singing straw and how to fix them so you can make sure to avoid them and get the most out of your vocal workout. Whether you're brand new to straw phonation or you've been using the singing straw for a while, this quick video will help to make sure that you're making the most out of every single note. Let's discuss. Mistake number 1. Using the wrong size straw. Now, I get comments on our ads all the time of people who don't really know much about straw phonation or the science behind straw phonation saying, can't you just use a McDonald's straw from down the road? And the answer is no, you're not going to get the same back pressure or resistance that's going to have the effect on the vocal folds. And this comes back to understanding the science. So if you're new to straw phonation, check out my video that I recently did all about the science behind straw phonation. Now, when you take a look at this diameter compared to this diameter, you can see the massive difference. Now, if you're using a regular drinking straw, you're not going to get that same resistance because it comes from the narrow diameter, the size of the straw. When I'm singing through this straw, that narrow diameter is what creates the resistance, the back pressure, the magic that has all of those lovely impacts on your voice. So a regular sized drinking straw or a boba straw is not going to give you the same results, and you would have to modify somehow in order to reduce the diameter or increase or find that resistance somewhere else. But we created the singing straw with singers in mind and optimized the size so that most people could get the most benefit using our straws. Our singing straw original is also the same diameter as our singing straw silly. This is our fundamental flagship product and diameter size. It's a 3mm. And it's going to work wonders for the vast majority of singers. If you want more nuance and control and the ability to go from smaller to that middle size to a little bit larger, then you're going to want to check out our Pro. And that is a set that includes a 2mm diameter, a 3mm diameter, and a 4mm diameter. Now, if you have our Singing Straw Original or our Singing Straw Silly and you want to adjust the diameter somewhat, the other way you can do that is by using 2 of our straws at once, which will increase the diameter and reduce the resistance. This can be helpful when you're recovering from a sickness or just getting used to the back pressure and resistance that comes along with straw phonation. So in the coming weeks, I'm going to be doing a deeper dive video on how to know exactly which singing straw size to use for your voice in different situations. But know that if you're using one of our singing straws at 2, 3, or 4mm diameter, you're going to be getting some really good work done. But if you've got a larger diameter straw and you're trying to makeshift it, know that you need to make some adjustments, otherwise you're not going to get those results. Mistake number 2, humming. So instead of using your straw and singing through your straw like this, I see singers who will actually hum into the straw and not realize that their airflow is not going through the straw, but in fact coming out through their nose. That sounds like this. Now, I notice this happens with singers who are used to humming a lot in exercises or practice or warm-ups, or they're trying to avoid that resistance sensation because it does feel a little bit different, right? And a little bit odd when you're starting out with straw phonation. So they're kind of like, oh, well, it's easier if I just kind of make that sound with most of the air going through my nose. But here's the problem. You're not getting any of that back pressure or that resistance. And that is what we're looking for when we're using straw phonation. So if you think this might be you, ways to check on it and ways to correct it. First up, I want you to just put your hand out in front of your straw as you're singing. You should be able to feel that airflow. Now, if you think that some of that airflow is coming out through your nose or you might be humming still, the other way that you can kind of really foolproof this is to pinch your nose like you smell something stinky. And once you've done that, you can really ensure that you're getting all of that awesome back pressure and all that airflow is in fact going through your singing straw. Mistake number 3, and this is the one I see by far the most across the board with singers and voice users. It is pushing too much air, overblowing, or in general, just trying to overcome the resistance of straw phonation. Now, this was something I did myself when I was getting started with straw phonation, and I tend to do in general because I have a bigger voice. I like to sing loud, I like to sing strong, and sometimes that can come along with some overblowing and a little bit more weight and pressure than I might intend. So the same thing happens when I would get on the straw and I would try to blow all that same power that I would on an open vowel or on a lyric or on a song. And ultimately, I ended up starting to wear myself out. So what does that look like, overblowing, trying to overpower the straw? It's a lot of airflow, a lot of volume, and then you start to feel like your eyes are going to pop out of your head. You're getting a little bit dizzy, right? It kind of looks like this. Maybe you're having trouble like sealing your lips around the straw, so air is leaking. Right? Now, sometimes this can also be a sign that maybe you're in too small of a diameter for your voice, but oftentimes just asking the singer to take a step back, reduce their volume, sing with half the amount of air that they were singing with before through that straw is going to solve that problem and help them find the sweet spot. Because that's kind of what we're looking here when we're using straw phonation is the sweet spot of airflow and sound and energy so that we are creating a nice solid tone, but also so that that back pressure doesn't feel overpowering or dizzying or like too much. So again, you don't want to be feeling like, and you want to cut back and really kind of take it easy and kind of settle into a more gentle sound like this. Now, if you try cutting back on your volume in your air and you still feel like that back pressure is too much, that's a sign that you might need to just double up your straws or size slightly up, maybe from the 3mm to the 4mm. And this does get easier as you get more used to creating sound in the straw. So if this is something you're struggling with now, know that with practice, you will definitely get better and find that ease in the straw, which then carries over to your voice. Now, I know I said I'd give you my top 3 mistakes I see singers make, but I've got one more that I'm going to throw in as a little bonus because this one does come up fairly often, especially with more advanced singers who have more serious goals and or singers that are more intellectual. And this is overthinking it. Okay. So what I mean by this is kind of thinking, oh, well, I've had a lot of questions on our channel. What vowel should I be singing? Should I be mouthing lyrics underneath the straw? Where should my larynx be when I'm using straw phonation? How much airflow should be coming through my nose? All of those things I want you to put out of your mind and let the physical tool do its job. I don't want you to be forcing anything, your tongue placement, your vowel, any of that. Just find a nice neutral ooh in that straw, keep it simple, and then let that back pressure do the work of optimizing your vocal fold coordination and helping relax your throat and open so that you don't have extrinsic tension getting in the way. So, were you making any of these mistakes? Trust me, you're not alone. Most singers don't even realize they're making them when it's happening. And with a few small tweaks like we talked about in today's video, you're going to make sure that the singing straw is truly working for you. If you want to build even more vocal strength and control, check out my Love Your Voice course. It's the step-by-step system I created for singers who want a voice that feels as good as it sounds. You can also grab your singing straw, of course, with the link below, and between that and this video, you've got everything you need to get started the right way. Drop a comment if one of these surprised you, or let me know another topic you'd like me to break down in a future video. And if this video helped you out, hit that like button and of course the subscribe button because we have got tons more tips and videos coming your way. Thanks so much for singing with me, singers.